disruptive.
America that I fought for.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So, as the Trump mockery trial continues on in New York City, we all know that it's just another big, giant scam that the establishment is trying to use to prosecute its political opponents to try to silence them out right before the election. We know how this fraud case really came to be, why exactly they're trying to prosecute him, how much of a scam it is. We know about Letitia James, one of the chief prosecutors. She is a mega fraudster. She has done malicious activity to try to elevate her career so that she can prosecute against Trump. And it's just been a shit show from the get-go. And because it's such a shit show from the get-go, a lot of people are losing the respect and the motivation behind this. So they need to try to elevate the crowd. And what better way to elevate the crowd of a mock trial, because it's really just a joke, than a celebrity cameo? I kid you not. Robert DeNiro, out of all people, Robert DeNiro appeared in front of the courthouse at Trump's New York City trial here. And it says Robert De Niro as Biden's surrogate. This is from the New York Times. I couldn't believe they actually wrote this headline. Robert De Niro as Biden's surrogate says Trump absolutely should go to jail. Seeking to troll Donald Trump outside his Manhattan trial, the Biden campaign held a news conference with the actor and two former Capitol police officers. Mr. De Niro veered off script. That's right. Mr. Vito Corleone got off his rocker and made a complete ass of himself trying to troll Donald Trump, because we all know the media appearances that he's been on. We know when he was on Bill Maher, he made a complete ass of himself saying that, oh my God, Donald Trump gets elected, I might have an acting career anymore. You might not have a talk show, Bill. Yeah, like, you know, the last time he got elected, the last time he didn't do anything. And the fact that they're prosecuting him shows that the Biden administration and the establishment is doing everything that you said Trump was going to do. You said that Trump was going to silence out political opponents. You said that Trump was going to destroy the world. Well, guess what, baby? It's happening now. It's happening right now under Joe Biden and the rest of the establishment. You just can't see it because you can't see the system at play. You're too focused on a personal vindication and vendetta on Donald Trump, who used to be a golf buddy of his. He used to went golfing, and he used to be, you know, one of the chums. He used to be one of the key players. But now, because Donald Trump became president, and oh my God, we can't have this tarnish the focal point of the establishment. We can't have him tarnish the image of the oligarchy, because Donald Trump is a wild card. That's one of the reasons why there's so many of these trials, why they're trying to indict him, why they're trying to get him arrested right before the election, is because Donald Trump is a wild card. That he cannot be 100% controlled by the establishment, unlike a demented circus clown like Joe Biden. That's why they want to keep him in power as much as possible, because it's easier to control and manipulate the powers of him than would be for Donald Trump. So here's how this went down, and let me tell you, it is just, I adore Robert De Niro as an actor. I've adored his movies. I used, you know, growing up and seeing all the movies that he's been in. He's a talented person. He's a very talented person. This is where he hits his low point. This is where he gets right down to the bottom of the barrel, and it just baffles me why he keeps doing this, because he knows it's going to ruin his career. He knows this is going to hurt himself and his reputation more than it's going to save. Listen to this.
This is not a threat. This is a reality. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. We, New York.
Again, have you seen today who is leading the country right now as we're entering possible World War III? Who is right now initializing not only a war with Ukraine and Russia, but also Israel and Palestine, and also initiating wars with Taiwan and China, and also threatening the rest of the world? Who right now is in leadership? Because it's not Donald Trump that getting us into World War III. It's Joe Biden. He's the one that's tarnishing everything. He's the one that's making the world a disastrous place. Also, the economy is screwed up. Inflation's skyrocketing. Cost of living is skyrocketing. And the fact that New York City has a huge homelessness epidemic that I'm sure Robert De Niro walked by just to get to this news conference. He knows that Trump isn't solely responsible for it, but yet they pin him on him because there's a personal vindication. There's that Trump derangement syndrome. Holy crap.
New Yorkers used to tolerate him when he was just another grubby real estate hustler masquerading as a big shot.
He literally just said that. He literally just said what I just said earlier, that they used to be golf buddies. Yeah, we tolerate him when he was a sleazy con artist. Yeah, we liked him when he was a, stupid reality star buffoon. Yeah, we liked him, when he was being a real estate tycoon. But now, oh my God, now he's gotten his foot in the place near B. Oh my God, now that he has political, oh my God, he's so awful. He is like Hitler in orange spray paint. And listen, I'm no fan of the Trumpster myself. That has been consistent me since I've known about Trump. But I give credit where credit is due, and the fact that they're trying to politically prosecute him for the fact that they want to silence out an opponent right before the election, I could see that, and I'm calling the bullshit. I'm calling him out. I'm calling all this trial and bullshit out because this is not justified. This has nothing to do with the law. This has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that they want to silence out a political opponent because Trump is a bit of a wild card. He's able to expose wars. He's able to tell the truth about things. He's able to just blurt it out to the general public. Remember, he was sitting in office when he told people that we were in Syria for the oil. No, Mr. President. You're supposed to say about humanitarianism and we're, getting democracy and all those buzzwords. No, we're there for the fucking oil. Just like we go to any country for oil, for natural resources. We don't give two shits about anybody, not even people here. So, anyway, let's see the rest of this.
Two-bit playboy lying his way into the tabloids. A clown. But this city is pretty accommodating. We make room for clowns, but not a person like Trump who will eventually run the country. That does not work, and we all know that. He got the most religious...
Again, does De Niro have amnesia? I get that he's old. I get that he's, in his elderly years, but you got to have some sort of recollection to the fact that he was elected in 2016. He was president from January 2017 until January 2020, or 2021, I should say. And all the stuff that they're trying to scare you with never really happened. But now they're going to say, oh, now it's going to happen. Now it's going to happen. No, it's already happening under Joe Biden. All the silence, all the prosecution, all the vindication, they're trying to criminalize half the country. They're doing that right goddamn now. And Bobby De Niro wouldn't know that if he bothered to pay attention. But he's got the Trump derangement syndrome goggles on, laser focus on his personal vindication against Trump, even though they used to be golf buddies.
Evangelicals to applaud a sinner who bragged about sexual assault, and who, just a couple of blocks from here, a jury found him liable for sexual abuse. And on January...
Which, again, Stormy Daniels, the porn star that Trump lied about and gave hush money to, went on television and admitted that she lied. She admitted that she lied for that trial on behest of the establishment, on behest of the intelligence community. She admitted that on camera, a porn star. De Niro wouldn't know that if they bothered to show that. If the news media, instead of fear-mongering you, telling you how bad Donald Trump's going to be if he becomes president again, even though none of the stuff happened the first time he was president, if they showed him that, then he would know that he is the clown right now doing this news conference and saying that two Capitol police officers that allowed January 6th to go on, that allowed people to get into the Capitol and tour around like a tour guide, he would know that this whole thing is a goddamn clown show. And he is literally a mockery of himself by doing this. He's not a hero. He's not doing anything for goodwill. He is making a sham for himself.
6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake. That's the tyrant he's telling us he'll be. And believe me, he means it. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump,
God.
We have a second chance. And no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him by voting him out once and for all.
Maybe we should have learned from 2016 that the reason that Donald Trump became a politician to begin with is because Hillary Clinton encouraged him to run for president using the Pied Piper strategy. Again, another piece of information that the public was aware of, and people like Robert DeNiro would show how stupid you are by doing this. Hillary Clinton told Donald Trump to run for president. He became the elected Republican nominee. She became the Democratic nominee, and then she lost. She lost her own goddamn strategy because she failed the country. That's why he became president. That's why. Because the establishment threw the rest of the nation under the bus and they gambled with a game show host. At this point, they rather have a cardboard cutout because of what a joke the democracy in America is. That apparently January 6th is trying to overthrow. Which, again, according to Nancy Pelosi's own daughter, who was in the Capitol at the time, if they were trying to overthrow democracy and take down the Capitol, they did a horrible, shitty job. Absolutely horrible, shitty job. I never heard of someone taking over democracy when they walk in and take selfies with the cops. How is that taking over democracy? How is that threatening the nation? And then they exit out like they're leaving a concert. Jesus effing Christ.
We don't want to wake up after the election saying, what, again? I don't mean to scare you.
They don't want to wake up, period.
No, wait. Maybe I do mean to scare you. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave.
Oh,
he will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. This is not a threat. This is a reality.
So, clearly, Robert De Niro unhinged. This is the Trump derangement syndrome. I love how he ends with, well, if he gets in office, he'll never leave. Just like, you know, how he never left now. He's still honing the office, even though he currently lives in Mar-a-Lago and Joe Biden's the president. Somehow he's still having control. This guy is clearly not woken up from his, you know, Trump derangement, Russiagate coma that he's in. He's comfortable in it. He's comfortable in it. Yeah, I want to fearmonger these people. I want to bullshit you for a few minutes so you can get into my little space here of my personal vindication and tell you a bunch of bullshit lies that I don't even know what I'm saying right now. So, someone actually called him out during the conference here, and here's just another clip of it. Someone called out that the two officers that he claimed are heroes, the two Capitol police officers that they claimed were heroes of the day that actually let the people in and took selfies with them, were bullshitting. They were lying. And of course they were lying. They were lying on behalf of the establishment because the intelligence community blackmailed these people saying, hey, you got to say this. You got to testify against Trump or something's going to happen to you. Because Chuck Schumer said to the president, there's 9 ways Sunday to take anybody down. And that's what they're trying to do. That's what all these prosecutions, all this criminal act, all this grand jury and trial, everything is the establishment pony against its political opponent, its rival Trump, because Trump is a wild card.
These guys are the true heroes. They stood and put their lives on the line for these lowlives, for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath. Who
So one of the guys says they lied under oath. Listen what he says.
lied under oath? What are you telling me?
So DeNiro goes, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? Like they lied? What do you mean? What lie? What do you mean lie?
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
They're traitors.
They're traitors. I don't know. I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you.
So instead of actually listening to him on why he lied, because you heard there that he was trying to figure out why they lied. Well, how they lie? And he was responding there. De Niro immediately shut him down, saying, like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to listen to this. These are clueless idiots. These are clueless idiots that are career climbers. They think this is helping. This is helping their careers. Because Robert De Niro once said to Bill Maher, oh, if Trump gets elected, I might not have an acting career anymore. I might not be on movies. You might not have a talk show. Nicole Wallace on MSNBC. Oh my God, I might not be able to bullshit you twice a day. And we know that's complete crap. We know that's complete crap. And we know that's also complete crap because presidents of the networks and the media have stated that Trump was actually beneficial for the media, beneficial for the entertainment industry. Because all this fear-mongering, all this paranoia against Trump was actually building up ratings for them. They loved it. They loved the idea of Trump being in office. Les Moonves, the president of CBS News, stated, hey, Trump may be bad for the country, but it's good for our ratings. So this idea that Trump's going to cancel out people and going to wipe... First of all, it's happening right now. With or without Trump. It's happening right now. So that's a complete bullshit claim. And the fact that he was elected and ran a term from 2016 to 2021, left office, and none of you guys ever got canceled or silenced out, or you still have an acting career. Again, this is just all complete fabrication. This is all fear-mongering just to paranoid people, to silence out political opponents. They don't want a democracy because this is a democracy. This would be the democratic process is to have Trump run an election against Joe Biden. It would also allow RFK Jr. to run an election against Joe Biden. That would be the healthy democracy that America is supposed to be valuing. But we don't live in a democracy. We live in an oligarchy. And an oligarchy wants to silence out the competition. So here he is once again. Patrick Bet David pointed this out. He said, it's embarrassing that even Vito Corleone, a.k.a. De Niro, can't win New Yorkers over. Great actor, but a bitter, grumpy old man. And you want to see how grumpy he gets? This is embarrassing. Again, I adore Robert De Niro as an actor. This is the most embarrassing moment of his entire life. And he should walk away with shame after this stunt. Listen to this.
You are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up.
Hold on, let me...
Democrats. You are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up. Fuck you.
So he got booed out, and he responds back with, you're all gangsters. You're all gangsters. I love how he's trying to yell that like it's a threat, like it's an insult that you're being called a gangster. I'm pretty sure, like, for someone like me, if Robert De Niro or Joe Pesci or any of them refer to me as a gangster, I'd take that as a compliment. I would take that as a great compliment. That means I'm one of them. You realize your entire careers you've been playing gangsters. You've been playing mafia men. And you're calling the people that are trying to dismantle this bogus court case because they see the game. They see that they're being screwed over. They see the scam in front of them. You're calling them gangsters as an insult. You know what's interesting about the mafia and interesting about gangsters is that the gangsters fought with the people against Nazis and fascism. Instead of right now where the government is siding with fascists and Nazis. They've been collaborating for years and they've taken over the world. So the gangsters would actually be the heroes in this case. And if Robert De Niro actually learned anything from his acting career and all the movies he partake from Goodfellas and Godfather and all that, if he took a second to realize the storyline of that, he would realize how embarrassing this is. He realized that he is a joke. He is the person that should be hit over. He is his own villain. That's absolutely crazy. I guess the surprising plot twist is that maybe he's Fredo all along. Godfather 4, Robert De Niro was Fredo all along. That would be the most amazing plot twist. The weakling younger brother that, couldn't make it and just yelling and screaming all the time. Yay! So, here's what actually Donald Trump responded to this, and this is what he said on Truth Social here. I never knew how small, both mentally and physically, wacko former actor Robert De Niro was. Today, De Niro, who suffers from an incurable disease of Trump derangement syndrome, commonly known in the medical community as TDS. That's kind of funny. Was met outside the courthouse with a force far greater than the radical left, MAGA. Robert, whose movies, artistry, and band have gone way down in value since he's entered the political arena at the request of crooked Joe Biden, looked so pathetic and sad out there. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? And Adley is actually correct. And I think that the reason why Robert De Niro, so many of these celebrities have entered this arena is because they know their careers have gone downhill. They know that, nobody's watching them anymore. Not, Robert De Niro. I can't even recall a recent movie that I've seen him in. I've seen him in The Irishman, which was kind of an interesting movie, but other than that, I don't know anything else he's been in or care to know what else he's been in. They know that they've gone downhill. So they think that personally this is going to be a career stepping point that, I'm going to pose myself as some sort of political adversary and go against the tyrants that I visioned inside my head, this Donald Trump cretins, this personal vindication, this derangement syndrome, that I'm going to be the fighter, I'm going to be the gladiator going against Donald Trump, when they realize that they are part of the evil empire. It's like Mark Hamill doing the press conference. Luke Skywalker became part of the empire. He doesn't know that, but he did. And the more these celebrities do this, the more embarrassing it gets for them. It ruins their career. It makes them look petty and childish. They're not exposing Trump, they're exposing themselves by doing this. It's like when, literally this all reminds me of 2016 when Trump first got elected, and I think it was Rosie O'Donnell was outside the White House. People may remember that. Rosie O'Donnell, there was that rally, the Trump is not my president, and that was the first, big giant protest that they had where they didn't protest anything else. There was no meaning towards it, which was kind of how much of a failure it was. But Rosie O'Donnell was standing outside the Capitol and cursing at him, cursing at Donald Trump in Russian. which I thought was kind of hilarious that you're accusing Donald Trump of being a Russian puppet for Vladimir Putin, but yet here you are speaking the language. I'm very sure Donald Trump doesn't even know any Russian. Donald Trump has no idea how to speak Russian, but here you are speaking the language, and you're accusing someone else of being a Russian puppet. Again, these celebrities, they're just, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I feel like, I don't know mentally why they're doing this. Again, it's part of the Trump derangement syndrome that they're suffering, that they're just seeking out some sort of vengeance, even though they know that there's an absolute joke. But also, this is attention grabbing. And a lot of, Hollywood actresses, they're all attention whores. They need that sort of certification. They need that gratitude. They need that ego boost to think that they're, fighting against the machine. They're fighting against the evils of society. They are part of the evils of society. They just don't know it because they're so clueless. They got their heads stuck in the sand to realize that in order to fight the real evils, in order to fight the real tyrants, you need to expose the whole damn system. Not just one person, the whole damn system. And that has been the point of this channel since the get-go, is that Trump may be a loudmouth. Trump might be a lot of things. But I'm exposing the entire system that brought us to the point of Trump v. Biden. I'm exposing the fact that here we are in 2024, and all the stuff that we've been promised for decades, all the changes that were supposed to happen and make things better, never happened. And I wonder why that is. Maybe it has something greater than the presidency. Maybe there's some sort of deep state that's actually controlling things. That crazy nut job conspiracy mind of ours that thinks that there's actually people inside intelligence communities, inside governments, inside corporations, and so on, that are really running the show. And I'm exposing that. I'm exposing those flaws that brought us to this point, instead of De Niro just exposing himself as being the clown that he is.